This is the Macwheel Wrangler 600 electric bicycle. It's not incredible, but it's pretty darn good, and it's priced barely above $800 on Amazon, so when it comes to bang for your buck, I've actually found it to be a pretty solid option. Stick around, I'll tell you why.
Hey everyone, Micah here with Electrek, and today we're reviewing the Macwheel Wrangler electric bike. Let's check it out.
Alright, let's get started with the specs and components. You're looking at a 500 watt e-bike powered by a geared hub motor in the rear wheel here that is enough for around 22 or 23 miles per hour or about 36 kilometers per hour. It's got a 48 volt and 10 amp hour battery right here in the middle, so it nicely integrates it into the frame, and it doesn't leave you with a funny looking bolt-on battery. You'll find both a hand throttle and pedal assist on the bike to give you a couple of options for acceleration, and then to bring you back down to earth, we've got a pair of Tektro mechanical disc brakes. The brakes aren't fancy, but they work just fine and are at least name brand parts. Same goes for the Shimano 7-speed transmission. Nothing fancy, it's the bottom end of the Shimano hierarchy, but it gets the job done for what is mostly a city riding type of e-bike. Yeah, sure, this is technically a sort of mountain bike, but it's really more of an urban mountain bike if anything. It's great for taking shortcuts across the grass or hitting a rough patch here or there, but that's probably the most technical riding I'd want to do. This isn't for bombing big runs up and down mountains, it's for cruising around the city and suburbs. But you already knew that, because you're not going to get a sport-level electric mountain bike for $800, right? Even so, don't count the Macwheel Wrangler 600 out just yet. The performance as a city or urban jungle mountain bike is still pretty good. The bike is nice and nimble, and it provides that more conventional mountain bike riding position, though I often like to keep my saddle just a bit lower than most people, so I'm not too unnecessarily over the bars here. But it's a nice middle ground in terms of geometry, and it feels perfectly comfortable to me. The power is decent too. Not great, but not bad either. We're talking 500 watts, which means good flatland power, but nothing that's gonna climb a steep hill on its own. But again, this is a good, not great kind of bike here. It's all good enough, and nothing is more than you need. It's plenty of power to get you going without needing to add your own muscle, though that's of course an option with 5 levels of pedal assist. If you really want to get good range out of the bike though, I recommend using pedal assist when possible. On throttle only, I'm getting closer to 20 miles or 32 kilometers of range, but pedal assist can bump me up into the 30s of miles or over 50 kilometers if I keep it in a reasonable level. For most people, that's going to be plenty for a daily commute. The battery can't be too big or it wouldn't hide away in the frame so nicely, so I can understand the unimpressive 480 watt-hour battery here. Ultimately, there are some real compromises with the Macwheel Wrangler 600, but the bike still packs a lot of value for the price. When I'm looking to recommend something in the $800 to $900 range, I often send people towards the Electrek XP, but not everyone wants a folding fat tire e-bike. To me, this Macwheel Wrangler 600 finally scratches my itch for a pretty good sub $900 e-bike that feels and rides more like a mountain bike and less like a fat tire or a cruiser bike. It will be more familiar to people that want a more conventional ride like a traditional bike, and it looks pretty good to boot. It's not fancy, but it gets the job done, and that's what I like about it for the price.
Thanks for watching everyone. We hope you enjoyed that review of the Macwheel Wrangler electric bike. If you did like the video, why don't you give it a thumbs up? And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss any of our future electric vehicle videos. We'll see you here next time.